we continue our program with asking for forgiveness from the triple gem and then circumambulating the Bodhi tree until midnight. So this purpose of asking for forgiveness from the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. The chanting is then on page 22, 23. On one side is the Pali, these little 4-line verses at the bottom of the page. And we first basically then, after short little explanation, we chant it then line by line. So in a way the Buddha has already entered final Nibbana, so he wouldn't be able to forgive us anymore, and the Dhamma is not a personal entity. But it's still very useful to develop this quality of forgiveness for ourselves and others. And so, forgiveness for ourselves, in the sense that, that we don't have remorse or regret because of our actions in the past, but that we basically see if we have done some unwholesome actions that it was not right, and then determine not to do it again. And the Buddha says this is a growth in the discipline of the noble ones. So it's actually a progress. And so it's not really useful to think about it endlessly again and again, but basically making this determination to develop yourself in a different direction. And also it's good to remember that virtue is a training, so it's not something that's, let's say, not the case that you do something wrong and then you have failed forever, or you, on the other hand, that you succeeded forever. But that's that you basically make an effort to improve and develop in a different, more wholesome direction. And so, also, for example, let's say for the monks, then when they commit an offense, then after the confession, then they're also pure again. So let's say after usually every 2 weeks we have the recitation of the monks' rules, and then they confess any offenses that they have committed, but then afterwards the assembly is pure again. So they have made this intention to practice for restraint in the future and to have this new direction, and then this is the way of transcending one's previous unwholesome actions. And so the Buddha gives a nice simile for that in this Dhammapada verse as well, 172. And so someone who once lived in negligence and then is negligent no more illuminates the world like the moon free from clouds. Who checks the evil actions that he did by doing wholesome actions instead, illuminates this world like the moon free from clouds. So that's a nice simile for the mind being able to emerge from something unwholesome and then become bright. So it's nice to remember this possibility. And also this other aspect of forgiveness for others, obviously. Just like we ourselves, other people also under influence of various defilements, and so naturally sometimes they do something unwholesome or harmful to us, but that we, not in the sense that we have to accept that, but in the sense that we at least don't harbor any ill will or aversion against them, no matter what they did. And so having this quality of compassion or loving kindness, and not sort of having this quality of resentment, which is actually something that harms ourselves. And so that's also good to remember. And so the Buddha gives this simile that with a line etched in stone and a line etched in the soil and a line in the water. Someone draws with a stick, for example, and then there was the line in the stone stays very long, and the line in the soil just maybe for some weeks or months, and the line in water disappears very quickly. So similar, then this idea sort of what kind of mind we want to have, whether we want to have a resentment for decades or until the rest of our life, or maybe better just for a few weeks, or even better just for a few moments. One has these three different options of how to relate to that. If someone has done something wrong or something that was harmful to us, then how long we want to carry this resentment or this aversion along with us. And obviously this mind state is not benefiting ourselves or others. So from that perspective, having this, remembering that and developing this attitude of forgiveness for ourselves and others. Okay, then the way we do it, I just recite it line by line. So, and you can just follow. So first in Pali, line by line, and then the English line by line, and then we bow once to the Buddha, and then the same for the Dhamma, and then for the Sangha. I think you don't have to change the page because it's the same, just with Buddha or the Dhamma, so it can be easily sort of done with just the one page 22 and 23. Okay. Kayena vachaya vacitasava Tasava Buddhe kukamang bhakatang mayayang Buddho patikanha tuachayantang Kalam tari sangvaritung va Buddhe. By body, speech or mind, for whatever wrong action I have committed towards the Buddha, may my acknowledgement of fault be accepted, that in the future there may be restraint regarding the Buddha. Okay. Kayena vachaya vacitasava Dhamme kukamang bhakatang mayayang Dhammo patikanha tuachayantang Kalantare sangvaritung va dhamme. By body, speech or mind, for whatever wrong action I have committed towards the Dhamma, may my acknowledgement of fault be accepted, that in the future there may be restraint regarding the Dhamma. Kayena vachaya vacitasava Sanghe kukamang bhakatang mayayang Sangho patikanha tuachayantang Kalantare sangvaritung va sanghe. By both speech or mind, for whatever wrong action I have committed towards the Sangha, may my acknowledgement of fault be accepted, that in the future there may be restraint regarding the Sangha. Okay, very good. So we can continue with the circumambulation of the Bodhi tree until midnight. Just about 15 minutes left. So we can just gradually walk outside and take some flowers, and we will come from the other side, from the monks' area.